Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massively complex situation unfolding right now in the tech world. We are sitting dead center at the intersection of groundbreaking artificial intelligence and global security fears. And honestly, it's a fascinating yet completely paradoxical puzzle to unpack. Let's get right into it.
It really all boils down to one absolutely profound question. What happens when frontier-class AI has zero guardrails? This right here sets the stage for the paradoxical nature of open-source AI models. We're talking about immense computing capability suddenly meeting absolutely no central oversight.
So here's the quick summary of our premise today. A brand new, completely open-source AI model released by a Chinese lab is currently matching the absolute best commercial technology out there. But its unrestricted distribution has triggered some incredibly severe warnings from global intelligence agencies. The geopolitical and technological stakes here are literally massive.
All right, Section 1, a new AI powerhouse. Let's dive right into the technical origins of this new model, GLM 5.2, which was developed by the Chinese lab known as Z.AI.
744 billion. Let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering number of parameters inside GLM 5.2. It relies on what's called a mixture of experts architecture. Basically, it uses specialized subnetworks to process information way more efficiently, utilizing up to 40 billion active parameters per token. This is an immense architectural design built for serious computational heavy lifting.
And check this out, the model features a massive context window of 1 million tokens. To put that into perspective, this immense memory span is specifically built to handle complex, long-horizon coding tasks and agentic workflows, which basically means the AI can independently sequence and execute multi-step tasks all on its own. It can read, analyze, and process an absolutely tremendous amount of information in one single go.
Moving on to Section 2, unprecedented open-source power. It's one thing to just build a massive model. It is an entirely different ballgame for an open-source model to directly compete with top-tier commercial systems that usually cost millions upon millions of dollars to train. When looking at the Frontier Suite benchmark scores, GLM 5.2 scores a 74.4%. It trails Anthropic's highly advanced Claude Opus 4.8 by literally just one single point. 1 point. That makes it the highest-ranked open-source model on several independent leaderboards right now.
But here is where the story shifts from a really cool technical achievement to a massive global paradigm shift. GLM 5.2's weights were released under the MIT license. If you're not familiar, this is a highly permissive free software license. What that means is this immense frontier-class computing power is completely 100% freely available. Anyone can use it, modify it, or distribute it without any restrictions whatsoever.
And the accessibility just skyrocketed. On June 24th, a partnership was announced with Featherless AI to host GLM 5.2 globally. They're offering a full OpenAI-compatible API and highly efficient FP8 inference. With features like 256,000 tokens on the public cloud and that massive 1 million token window for private deployments, all of this crazy power is now incredibly easy to access anywhere in the world and at roughly half the cost of leading commercial models.
Now, this massive unrestricted release wasn't some kind of accident. It's a deliberate ideological stance. ZAI founder Ji Tang announced this release with a very pointed idealistic vision. He stated simply, "Frontier intelligence belongs to everyone."
Okay, let's pivot to Section 3, security alarm sound. Because that utopian vision of open access, well, it's colliding head-on with a pretty harsh reality. Security researchers and intelligence officials immediately sounded the alarm. The Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, which includes the US, Britain, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, issued some severe warnings. They fear we might only be months away from AI models dramatically accelerating cyber threats. They're looking at potential risks spreading from advanced AI surveillance and cyber operations all the way to highly complex military decision-making by adversaries.
And listen, this isn't just theoretical anymore. Dan Schiappa over at Arctic Wolf told CNBC that adversaries are already leveraging these open-source models. He noted that systems like this are nearly as effective as Mythos, which is Anthropic's absolute most advanced system. But here's the kicker. They operate completely without the protective measures that commercial platforms strictly enforce.
So the crucial takeaway here is this exact contrast. On one side, commercial AI enforces strict protective guardrails and retains total downstream control over how the tech is used.
But on the flip side, open source AI, once those weights are out in the wild, offers virtually zero ability to control downstream use. Releasing the weights literally means abandoning control forever.
We are already seeing the immediate, concrete results of that lack of control. According to reports from the Ukrainian outlet UNN citing Axios, there are active discussions right now on Russian-language forums about how to bypass GLM 5.2's safety settings. Security firms estimate the model performs right at the level of top OpenAI and Anthropic models for vulnerability detection. Why does this matter? Because it means hackers now have an incredibly powerful, unrestricted tool at their disposal to find and exploit vulnerabilities in everyday software, which could potentially impact regular internet users and businesses worldwide.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, the open source dilemma. This really sets up a complex chess match and a massive security paradox.
Let's map out how this builds over an incredibly compressed timeline. Just think about the month of June. On the 13th, GLM 5.2 is released. Fast forward to the 24th, Featherless.ai launches the global API, making it widely accessible, and literally the next day, the 25th, severe security warnings are broadcast on networks like CMEC. But wait, let's go back to June 13th for a second. There is a crucial second event that happened on that exact same day.
On that exact same day, June 13th, the U.S. government actually suspended Anthropic's highly advanced Claude Fable 5. It's a striking irony. Right as the U.S. restricted access to its own cutting-edge commercial system, a Chinese open-source alternative became completely and freely available worldwide.
This crazy clash of events led one open-source security researcher to pose a really critical question to Axios. Do these restrictions actually make us safer? Or, by cutting off access to cutting-edge U.S. systems, do they leave Western cybersecurity defenders with fewer ways to anticipate emerging threats? Are we essentially blinding our own defenders?
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly vital thought to ponder in this complex global AI arms race. As frontier intelligence truly becomes available to everyone, including bad actors, if our defenders lose access to the best commercial AI, who exactly protects us from the open source threat?